Ollie gets a lot of calls about things that have been taken, about things that have gone missing. He gets a lot of calls for help finding things, but this was quite the opposite. Ollie, I need your help figuring out who or where this rocking chair came from. The person said on the phone. A rocking chair. It's like a gift that you're trying to identify? Well, I mean, I guess so. It's hard to say. Here's the thing. It just appeared on our porch this past weekend. Shh. We just went out there and, I'd say probably about noon on Saturday morning, I went out to go and check the mail, and as I was walking back to the house, I noticed this, it's a beautiful rocking chair, and it was just sitting on our porch. We have a covered porch, like a screen porch, so it's safe from the rain and stuff there, but it's not locked. And yeah, I mean, it'd been a little bit empty, our porch, and now there's this rocking chair. And it's lovely. It really is. The woodwork is beautiful, and the chair is comfortable, and it rocks so smoothly. And it's got just the right weight and angle and everything. It's a really great rocking chair, and but it's not mine, I said, yeah, no, I can see that would be concerning. There's no note or anything. Not that I've been able to find. So I'm hoping I can hire you to come out and take a look at it and see what you can figure out, because I'm stumped. I said, okay. I can be there. Would tomorrow morning be okay? Tomorrow morning will be fine. As far as I know, it's not an emergency, so that's fine. So the next morning, Ollie went out there. It was kind of out in the county, out sort of toward Ellicott City. And it was this, it was a nice little house. It wasn't a huge house. It was like 4 bedrooms. Had a, decently sized front yard, and then a big backyard. And there was a playground set in the backyard. And there, all I could see as he walked up to the house, this rocking chair. It was nice. It was dark wood. Had several, above the head and on the arms and on the rockers. There was some additional carving, some patterns. Nothing figurative. It wasn't like a picture of a deer or anything. It just was like scroll work. I knocked on the door. I said, "Oh, thank you for coming. Can I get you anything? Like a cup of coffee?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I'd love a cup of coffee. That'd be great." "Sure, why don't you come on in?" So I went in and followed her into the kitchen. And she was making a cup of coffee. I said, "So tell me about yourself. What's
How big was she?
How big was she?" She was a little bit on the tall side. She was 5'9". She was kind of average weight. Maybe 150 pounds or so, maybe 160 pounds, something in that region. Neither really super thin nor, super thick. I said, "Well, we've been here in this house, my family, for, oh wow, now I guess 15 years or so. We moved up here when I got a job. There's a hospital nearby that I work at. I'm a orthopedic surgeon, and my husband's a physical therapist. And I don't know, it's a great community. I've loved living here. So we have some kids. They're the youngest one's in college now, and the oldest one just had a baby." I thought, "Oh, congratulations." I said, "Yeah, no, it's exciting. It's exciting." I don't know. We're kind of regular born people. We don't, not involved in any strange satanic cults or giant gummy bears or any of that other stuff if you've struggled with. I said, "Yeah, how else do you know my work?" "Oh, yeah, we're big fans. Yeah. You were our first thought when we had our own little mystery here." I said, "Okay. And so tell me about this chair then. So, well, I mean, I basically told you everything. We can go out. The coffee's ready here. Do you take cream or sugar? So just a little bit of cream would be great. There you go. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the chair. So, yeah, like I said, on Saturday, I went out to go get the mail. Our mailbox is at the end of the driveway there. And I didn't notice it as I was walking out to the mailbox, but I noticed it when I was walking back. And I saw it there. And I had been thinking, actually, that I wanted to get some furniture for the porch. It's a nice porch, and it's got a nice view of the neighborhood here. And yeah, so I'd mentioned it to some friends and been thinking about it. You know, we've got these old wicker chairs, but they're kind of beaten up and not that comfortable. So anyway, I came back from getting the mail, and I noticed this chair was just sitting here. It's not one I recognize at all. I mean, that's not mine. I've never seen it before. And that's kind of all I know. We called around to some friends and family that, you know, we thought might have given it to us as a gift, but nobody admitted to it. Maybe someone's just being sneaky and nice to us, but you'd think they would tell us so we could say thank you. I said, "You're sure that you didn't, like, order it or anything?" He's like, no, neither me nor my husband nor my kids. It swore up and down that it wasn't them that made it appear. All right, let me take a look at the chair. And I looked all over, and it was a nice chair. It looked like it was, you know, it was kind of in the borderline where it could have been professionally made or it could have been homemade. Either it was made, you know, by a hobbyist that was really skilled or at a professional shop. It was hard to tell. You could tell that it had made some minor repairs over the years. There were a few dings, but they were filled in and you know, restained and everything. Ollie looked underneath the seat. He was hoping to find a maker's mark, something that said where it was made. And there he found a little brass plaque. It's kind of, you know, faded with time. You couldn't really see it. You know, you wouldn't have necessarily seen it unless you were looking for it. It had gotten kind of stained over a couple of times. But yeah, it said Jensen Woodworks, York, Pennsylvania. I said, aha, there's a maker's mark down here. It's made by a company or by a woodworker, something, but Jensen Woodworks up in York. Oh, York, okay. I mean, I've been to York. It's fine. It's kind of a regular mid-Atlantic city, I suppose. I said, yeah, I've been there, I guess just once. But, so that'll be some place to call and see if they have any information. Let me take some photos of the chair. So I took some photos of the chair. The idea of bringing them to Jensen Woodworks, sending them to folks at Jensen Woodworks. I said, all right, well, let me see if I can get a hold of them and see if they can give us any clues. So we called them up. I said, Jensen Woodworks here, how can I help you? So I'm trying to get some information about a chair that I'm a private eye here in Baltimore. Well, yeah, I'm based in Baltimore City. This is actually an Ellicott City that we're talking about, though. And this chair appeared at on my client's porch, one of your chairs. So we're trying to find some information about it. Oh, okay. I haven't done much with chairs recently, but yeah, you want to tell me about it? So I described it. Said it was a rocking chair with a dark kind of cherry stain and some intricate scroll work. And the guy had a few, you know, technical questions about, you know, where stuff was joined. I said, okay, yeah, I mean, if you want to send me the photos, yeah, can you text me the photos? No, I texted him the photos. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's one of my chairs, although I didn't do the scroll work, so that must have been added by somebody later on. This looks good. I really like what they did with that. But I actually haven't made those chairs in quite a while, probably, I don't know, 7 years, I guess. I've been doing a lot of like cabinet making recently. But yeah, I did sell those chairs. You know, I'm a pretty small shop, so but I probably put out 100 of those chairs or so. Mostly around this area, but who knows where they would have wandered. I guess one of them's wandered onto this lady's porch. Sorry, that's all I know. There's not a whole lot else I can tell you. I mean, yeah. I probably have names, well, no, 7 years ago. I'm not even sure if I have the names of the people that bought the chairs at this point. And even then, it would have only been people that paid by check or credit card. I said, all right, well, we probably don't need that. But if I do need that, would I be able to come up and look through your records? So, I don't know. It's client information. I'm not sure I can give that out. So Ollie hung up and said, well, yeah, not a whole lot of new information there. It's a limited run. There's about 100 of these chairs floating around. But it wasn't like he made just one. I could tell you where it came from. And it wasn't recent either. He said he hasn't really made these chairs in about 7 years. I said, really? That's strange. I said, well, let me, Ollie had rented a car for the purpose. Let me drive around the neighborhood a little bit and see if I can spot any clues. Ollie drove around a little bit, just kind of trying to think. He wasn't getting any good ideas there in the house. He had asked his client if there was a downtown, and she'd given him directions. It wasn't that far. He drove into the downtown and drove around there. He saw an antique shop. Went in there and asked about a chair. Showed him some pictures, but they didn't recognize it. So Ollie started to drive back. On the way back, he didn't notice much, but he did notice that a house, I don't know, about a mile up the road from his client's house, had a sold sign on it. Ollie pulled into the driveway and saw the house. Yeah, it looked like it had been packed up. The new family hadn't moved in yet, but looked like the old family had moved out. Looked from the windows, there's no furniture or anything. So we left and he thought about that and he drove back to the house and he said, still kind of running up short on clues, but I got one lead. There's a house about a mile up the street that looks like it just sold. Oh yeah, the Davidsons. Yeah, they moved. Mrs. Davidson got a job down in Georgia. She's going to be a communications director for the university there, Georgia Tech. It's pretty exciting, but we're going to miss them. They're really fun folks. I said, really? So these are friends of yours? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we go back for a while. They lived in here. They lived here before we moved in even. They moved in here as young marrieds. They raised a family here, and they were one of the first people to welcome us to the neighborhood way back in the day when we moved in. Now, they're great. We're going to miss them a lot. They're sweet people. I said, huh. Do you think it's possible that they would have given you the rocking chair? Oh. But, I mean, I guess it seems like they would have left a note or something. And also, I mean, I've been to their house a number of times. I've never seen this rocking chair before. I said, still, if you give me their full name, when did they move? What? Come to think of it, they did move this past weekend. Yeah, they did. They were leaving Friday. Yeah. That's possible. But why wouldn't they have left a note? I don't know. I said, do you have a telephone number for him? So, well, sure. I've got Marge's telephone. I've got her cell phone number. They might be still on the road, but yeah, they gave him a call. Put him on speakerphone. So she dialed. It rang and rang. And they were just about to give up when someone picked up. Said, hello, this is Marge. Well, hey, Marge, it's Sally. Sally, hi. Oh, my gosh. I forgot to leave a note. Said, you forgot the chair. The chair is yours? said, no, hon, the chair's yours. It's a gift from us. It was when we were cleaning out our garage, we found it. And remember you saying how much you wanted to get some nice furniture for your porch. And so we thought you might like it. If you don't like it, just let me know and we'll have somebody take it away. But we thought it was so pretty, but we're moving into a smaller house down here in Georgia, and we're not going to have really a good space for we don't have a porch, like we did there, like at City. So we thought you'd like it. Do you like it? I said, oh, Marge, I love it. It's beautiful. It's perfect. I'm going to decorate the whole porch based around it. That's so kind of you. Well, I'm glad, Marge. I'm sorry. I should have left a note. I was going to call you, but with all the chaos of moving, getting the house packed up, getting going, I just plumb forgot. Hope I didn't spook you by having a chair up here. I said, no, it was a fun little mystery. All right, well, you take care and call me when you get into Georgia. I want to hear all about your new place. I said, will do. Will do, Sally. Well, I guess that wasn't such as big of a mystery after all. But I don't know, it took some figuring out, Ollie said. Turns out you had all the clues. Just needed a little help putting them together. I said, well, appreciate your help. I will pay your fee, of course, but I was wondering, I also was about to make a cookies. If you want to stick around, you can take some with you. Well, I said, well, I wouldn't mind that at all. That was the case of Ollie and the appearing rocking chair.